I'm going to become an iOS developer in less than a month. And this is exactly how I'm going to do it. Now, for context, I don't have any previous experience doing iOS development at all. I am a web developer, and I've been a web developer for many years. I've been a freelancer, and now I run a tech studio and we build web applications. So I certainly have a lot of background in programming and software development. I've never written a line of Swift, which is the programming language used for iOS development. And of course, I don't know Swift UI, which is the framework. The challenge for me is to become a proficient iOS developer in less than a month. Now, in this video, I want to tell you why I'm doing this, why I'm not just building another app using AI development tools like everyone else, why I think it's valuable, my plan, and the goal. So let's go. So first of all, why am I doing this? Why am I going through the trouble of learning an entirely new programming language and a new framework to build things that I could, in theory, build today with the skills that I already have in React and React Native, and with all the AI coding tools that would be possible? Well, there are two reasons for it. The first one, honestly, it's a fun challenge, and I think I can do it and do it very well. All the programming that I've learned in the past has always been self-taught. And when I learned web development in the past, and before that, I was building embedded microchips for self-driving cars. And I was working in a real company, but I learned that mostly on my own as well. And I think it's fun. And I think with AI and with ChatGPT, I think the process of learning new languages and learning new tools is even more fun. And I think I can make it. And I think I can make it in less than a month, which is way faster than I've learned anything else. So first reason, honestly, it's selfish. I just think it's fun and I want to do it. Now, the second one is a little bit more pragmatic. And is that, yes, do you get AI tools being able to develop software? I've been exposed to all these tools for the past few years as I run my tech agency and as I do software development myself. Something that I've learned is, yes, you can use those tools, but they are only very powerful if you understand the underlying technologies. If you're just blindly using Cursor or Replit or Bolt or any of these tools to build apps, if you don't know what the tool is doing and you blindly take the code and try to make it run, you can't really build any software of substance. Yes, you'll be able to quickly prototype something, and that's great, but you can't build anything meaningful. And my goal is to be able to build proper, good iOS applications. And you can't really do that with AI, and you can't really do that with React Native. So my goal is not necessarily to build an app in this month, but to be the person that understands how apps are built, so that in the future, when I certainly use AI to code faster, I know what's going on, and I'm using AI to make my workflow faster, not being the limbs, not being the hands and the agent of an AI, because I know that that doesn't work. And trust me, I've tried, I ran a tech studio. If that was possible, we would have done this already. So I want to learn the technology. How am I planning to learn this? Well, I'm going to follow the same process that I've done in the past, except that this time around, I have access to tools like ChatGPT and Gemini and all these tools, but I'm not going to go to these tools and tell me to write code for me. I'm going to tell it to give me a learning path. And first, I'm going to obviously learn Swift because everything's written there. So you need to understand the language. And I'm going to read the documentation, play around with it a little bit, and feel comfortable. That should take me about a day, maybe two. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying it will take one day for everyone, but at this point, I know 3 or 4 programming languages, so one more is not a big thing. I know all the concepts, it's just changing the syntax. Then for the next day or two, I'm going to try to find a few tutorials or a few guides on Swift UI. And as I go through them, I'm going to have ChatGPT tell me how things work. And whenever I don't understand anything, I'm going to make sure to spend time asking ChatGPT for reasons on how things work and make sure that my understanding is solid. And this is not the fastest way to complete a tutorial, but you're not doing it to complete it, you're doing it to learn it. And that's what I've done in the past. Now, again, I think this time is going to be a lot faster, so I don't need to suffer searching on Google for things that I don't understand. I can go and ask directly and get answers, but I want to make sure that I own the knowledge that I gain and not just mindlessly doing it. And with that being said, what's the goal? What's the aim for this month? One of the reasons I'm making this video is so that it's very clear what I'm aiming for and if I achieve it or not. So the target is I want to fully develop an app that's fully native, so no React Native, no Expo, nothing like that. It's fully native with things that I couldn't build in an Expo app, like probably live activities, widgets, Apple Watch integrations, something like that. So I'm going to build that entire app, I'm going to design it, and I'm going to publish that in the App Store, and it's going to be available for download. That's my goal. Again, I'm pretty sure I could go through the entire process, honestly, in a couple of days and just AI code everything. The goal is not to do that. The goal is me doing that with the help of AI.